How's it going, guys? And welcome back to the Fight Rundown, episode 170, the big 170. How are we doing, G?
I'm doing good. You and me at 170, as Chandler said. It's come around quick.
It has.
We always say it, but like the amount of work it takes to get to 170 episodes.
Yeah. It feels like yesterday.
From when we started.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Crazy speed. How are you on this Tuesday evening?
Yeah, Tuesday evening, back to the week. I'll probably say that arguably Tuesday is the worst day of the week.
Why is that?
Monday's not too bad. I feel like Monday goes quite quick. I think Tuesday, you've got nothing to look forward to, It's like Monday, you've had the weekend. Sometimes you're ready to go back. Sometimes it's a little bit of a slug, but Monday's usually all right. When it's Tuesday, it's like, right, you're at the point of no return.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Monday you can go fire yourself up and at least you're starting a new week.
Yeah, this is it.
For me, Tuesday kind of peaks because I get to watch Monday Night Raw in the morning. But then it peaks, once that's done, there's nothing to look forward to. My boss does finish at 2 o'clock on Tuesday, so it's so nice. It's like pretty much half a day. Imagine if she listens to this. I'd be finished. Yeah, but...
Nah, she won't listen to this.
Yeah, she probably won't. If she does. I still work. But, yeah. Yeah, well, you know what I mean. It's a chill afternoon. But yeah, this is probably coming out on a Wednesday as well. So Wednesday's kind of peak as well.
Yeah, all this hump day nonsense.
Yeah, I never got that.
Get rid of that hump day shit. Oh.
Yeah, very washed. Very washed.
Yeah.
What are we doing today?
Today it's all things boxing today. We're going to talk heavily on on Boxer. Boxer in general, but we're going to start off with the most recent Boxer card, which was a good one, to be fair.
It was actually all right.
It was.
First time.
We hate on Ben Shalom quite a lot. We hate on Boxer quite a lot, but
I don't think we hate him. I think we just
disappointment.
Yeah, we don't. We see the potential.
Yeah,
we see the potential Boxer could have.
Yeah. There's some incredible British names on the roster, isn't there? And we saw pretty much the biggest ones, I think, on the night. Yeah.
This one was pretty stacked. I can't lie. What was you doing on Saturday night?
Saturday night,
what was a Saturday like for bowls?
Chilling with the lady.
Yeah,
chill with the lady on the Saturdays because it was so busy that I can only see her once or twice a week. And it's tough, man. But it's the grind.
That's true. I see it.
Yeah, and then she goes home, and then I sit the boxing on. Finish. I think I caught pretty much when Boatsy Aziz just started.
Yeah.
No, sorry, no, I caught Azim's fight as well live. That was bit of madness, but I caught the boxing. Did you? You caught the boxing, didn't you?
Yeah. To be fair, finally a nice just Saturday in at least.
Yeah.
Went to Doncaster for the day, which no one's ever said. no one's ever said I've gone. But yeah, played some darts, played some shuffleboard.
Did you win? Darts.
Yeah, it was a mini games. It wasn't proper.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. And then got home, just chilled with Dad, just watched boxing, just had a catch up with Dad. It was just nice.
Nice.
And yeah, I caught from Caroline Dubois' fight, but I was kind of in and out because I had to drop my little brother off, and then pretty much from Ben Whitaker. Before we do go on to box, I just want to say big shout out Joe Horton fought on Sunday.
Absolutely.
So did Chaz Horton, but Chaz Sorrow.
Sorry.
Yeah, Joe Horton fought Saturday, Sunday even. Unfortunately lost a very close fight against another great lad, but just heads up, and we're still backing the boy all the way.
Fight rundown zone right there.
Yeah, for sure. And Charles Sorrow in the finals or quarterfinals or semi-finals or not. Yes, quarters.
Great boxing.
It's Friday, Saturday and Sunday, hopefully winning it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to just shout him out quick.
Of course. Well, fight card, just quickly, we'll talk. Jamie TKV with a win, comes back. He recently lost to Mercado, Brazilian, and he was 10-0. Never really heard of him, but he's come back with a win nonetheless, so that's good for him.
Yeah,
hopefully he comes on soon. Shout out to Jamie TKV. Caroline Dubois. What can we say about her? She's, from the amateurs, starts amateur, she's going to go really far in the pros, isn't she? And she already is.
Yeah, is she one of 9 siblings?
Yeah,
obviously one of them being Daniel.
Yeah, of course, it's mad, isn't it? It's
crazy.
I think how many of them are boxers? I think there's another one who's a boxer as well, who's an amateur.
Yeah, there's probably one rubbish one. Like, I don't know, like 3 or 4. There's always one in there.
Yeah, there is, to be fair.
But yeah, I mean, Caroline Dubois, quite easy. Like, no offense,
Yeah.
but classic boxer right here.
Yeah, well, World Championship fight and Miranda Reyes, I've never heard of.
3rd up on the card.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty poor, isn't it?
It is, and I don't really know the division too much because I don't know what sort of big fights there are out there for someone like Caroline.
Going to the old box rec.
Because I mean, it's pretty mad that she's already a world champion. It doesn't. I don't feel like she's had that many fights as a pro, but you're sort of fast tracked in the women's division, aren't you? And
Yeah.
when you're that good,
Is she? What weight class is she?
I don't actually know. To be fair,
This is just the pound for pound. It's nowhere near on the pound for pound list. Maybe if we go United Kingdom. She's lightweight. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Won't be a minute. Right, submit. I mean, yeah, you look at that. No real massive names, is there?
she's going to have to move weights, isn't she? She's going to make any stamp on the
For sure.
unboxing in general.
Well, super lightweight's got all them. You know what I mean?
This
You've
is
got
it.
Katie Taylor, Chantel Cameron, big names.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the only move for her to make, isn't it?
She couldn't move down, could she?
I mean, let's see.
Pretty big. Baumgardner, that's fire.
Yeah, Delphine Pursoon as well. That's an exciting fighter in her own right.
Kirsty Hill.
Whee, shout out Kirsty. It's his own. But a couple of fights. I mean, like you say, I wouldn't see her moving down.
No.
But definitely, there's some big fights if she moves up in weight, and I feel like that's going to be inevitable looking at the rankings because there's no big fights for her in that division. Yeah, thoughts on Caroline quickly?
Nothing much, kind of just standard, kind of the same thoughts before the fight. You know what I mean? Nothing really changed for me. But yeah, that's about it really. Look, just needs some sort of good competition that I don't think we're going to see for a while.
Yeah.
She's on Boxer.
Well, someone that we can talk about forever is Ben Whittaker. And like Marmite, as I said on the TikTok review, if you make sure to follow us on TikTok at the Fight Rundown. But
Check it out.
I love it. I love the entertainment factor he brings.
Yeah. I mean, he is very, very insane, isn't he?
He is. And
For some people. Should we start from the beginning?
yeah, go on.
Who did he walk out with? I don't even know. He's some sort of rapper.
Oh, really? Who's already
Yeah.
fighting the...
it was some sort of UK rapper. I don't know who it was. I hope the sound doesn't...
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, I'll just say while we're getting this up, the referee's an absolute hater.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, just
Full-time hater.
just absolute party pooper. You know what I mean? Just stopping him from doing any sort of showboating or whatever. And if it's his style, which it looks like it sort of is part of his style, how can you stop him from doing this sort of thing?
You know what? This is probably the most I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I never really enjoyed it, but he started, look at that, 3 lead uppercuts. That's so disrespectful. Imagine just being that guy.
Yeah.
Get 3 uppercuts thrown towards your head. But yeah, you're right, Bowles. It is his style. It's like, that's what he's not getting pushed, is he?
And it's not like he's the first fighter to do this. Fighters have done it in the past. I can't remember the guy's name, but there's a guy who's being compared to, and it's not Prince Nazim, it's somebody else. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, I'm not even going to say that because that's Paul's worst knowledge.
But there is fighters that have done it in the past, this sort of style, and I don't know what the ref was trying to get at, really. Just let the man sell tickets, because that's what people come to see, that sort of flashy showboating crazy style, don't they?
Well, that's the one he got stopped for this one here, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like, spinning around.
I mean, the spinning around, maybe. If someone you wouldn't do that against someone half decent, really, would you? Spinning around, turning your back.
Yeah, but also the kid was nowhere near him, was he?
No. And but this is, I mean, at a higher level, the showboating, yeah, but turning your back and whatever, can't be. I think he'd get sparked for that.
Yeah.
But,
Well, what level? I don't want to get to like what's next for him, but do you enjoy it? Firstly,
yeah, I do, and I think there's so much behind all of the antics and whatever. I think there's so much talent there as well.
Yeah, I think silver medalist.
He was an Olympic silver. Yeah, lost to a Cuban in the final. World Championship bronze, I believe, as well. So he's got the pedigree, and he's shown in the amateurs. He's never really changed. He's always done this sort of thing. So
was he like this on the amateurs?
Yeah, he's flashy, quite charismatic. He's always been the same. So there's what you're going to get with Ben Whittaker, this sort of thing, and he's not going to change. And I think he'll do really really well in the sport. What is it? Light heavyweight, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, God, at world level, it's scary up there. So some of the names are terrifying, but at the minute, just let him do his thing and let the people enjoy it.
Well, how long is this thing supposed to last now? Do you reckon it's the act is done? He's done 5 Polish bin men. You know what I mean? There's people have been saying that is the exact phrase. I'm not being racist. You know what I mean? But you get what I mean. Is the act over? Have they done it enough now?
Yeah.
Or do you reckon you could see it a few more times?
I said in the TikTok, I think it's time to step up British level, maybe. But then you look at British level, and that's Boatsi right there for the British champ.
That's it, isn't it?
I mean, is he ready for a Joshua Boatsi? I don't know. I mean,
do you think that is the next level straight into the British champ?
I mean,
let's just get there.
I mean, I don't know who the English champ is, but if you move past that and put him in a British fight, like say Boatsi in his own right, we talk about the amateur pedigree of Ben Whittaker. Boatsi himself went to Rio in the Olympics.
True.
And you forget about his
How did
pedigree.
He do?
I don't know if he medalled. I'm not sure. But
well, there's a list.
well,
I'm straight away. I'm looking at Willie Hutchinson or Lerone Richards. Or is that too much of a high jump?
I think Willie Hutchinson's probably a good fight. Have a little Shakan Pitters maybe. I mean that sort of level looks all right.
I don't know who this guy is, to be fair.
And yeah, that's the Shakan Pitters of the world. It looks like a good level, to be fair.
Okay. Yeah, he definitely needs to start up in these levels, though, doesn't
Yeah.
he? It's about time. Lerone Richards too soon, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, he's really good, isn't he?
If you look at some of these, does he really have a chance against Yard, Arthur, Aziz, Boatsi, Callum Smith?
He's certainly going to sell the tickets, and I think he's going to be put in there anyway.
That is a
in
huge
the future.
fight, any of them, isn't it? It is right now.
I think you look at a Yard Whittaker does 0-2, I think.
Do you reckon?
I think it does, yeah.
Well, I've heard Boatsi Yard's next.
They are good friends, aren't they? That doesn't stop obviously
Aziz
a fight
and
from
Boatsi
happening.
was.
Yeah, of course.
Well, should we get into the main event before actually we touch on that?
Yeah, go on.
Or should we talk about what was announced before the main event? You pick.
Let's talk about right. You talk about the announcement. You get us started off with that.
Yeah. So pretty much, Ben Shalom earlier in the night was on the panel and said we've got some huge news coming on later tonight. And then, you see I saw Fabio Wardley story on the train with his belts.
Yeah.
And then I saw Clarke, front row, Fraser Clarke, big fan, big friend.
Fight rundown friend, fight rundown fellow. And
he was also obviously live on the podcast, so make sure to take a listen to that. Great episode, and it gives a lot of context of what's happened now, hasn't it?
It really does, yeah. We talk about Fabio a little bit, don't we?
Yeah, spoiler alert, the fight's happening. But before we get to that, do you reckon the fight was signed before he came onto the pod?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's why he said interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
I definitely do. Of course it was. It weren't far before, was it?
Yeah, it's 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? So, yeah, true. Well, anyways, yeah, the face-off in the ring and the fight gets announced O2 Arena on Sunday, March 23rd, which is interesting.
Love that, by the way.
Are you a fan of that?
I love the Sunday fight nights, man.
I love a Sunday, but I kind of want to go.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't want to. I don't know.
That is true, isn't it?
I'm hoping you want to go.
Yeah, I do want to go. But, there's no stopping you booking the Monday off. I will 100% go to that.
Should we talk? I will talk about it.
Let's talk about off the pod.
Off pod, yeah,
Talk
off pod.
about that.
We'll sort it off.
We'll get
pod.
that sorted.
But yeah, I mean, huge fight announced, and I think that is a bombshell drop from Boxer, isn't it?
It's a huge fight, isn't it? I mean, it's
I'm getting
massive.
excited thinking about
It
it.
is massive. I mean, we spoke about so much. If you want it in depth, like you say, watch the video. But it's got someone with so much pedigree. As I've said that word 100 times in this pod.
You have.
But against someone with no experience in Fabio Wardley, but who's just knocking people over.
I mean, there's only one thing for it.
Put his balls on the fucking table and roll the dice tonight. He was on the last fight of his contract, right? That's what these guys do every time they step in the fucking octagon.
That's true.
And it is true. And I think
they both put the balls on the line right here.
they have.
Especially Clarke.
Yeah.
He's the one taking a risk, isn't he?
If he loses to Fabio, is it over? Is the career over?
Yes.
I think it is as well.
It's
I agree.
all or nothing.
It is, isn't it? Because he's not getting any younger now, is he?
Nah. Oh, God. Oh, you get me excited for it. That's so true. There's nothing there for the loser. Only thing Fabio Wardley's got to fall back on, he has beat Adelaide.
Yeah.
And he beat him in some fashion.
Definitely.
Clarke's got absolutely nothing.
No, and if he can't get past British level, it is over. So this is a must win for Fraser Clarke. Like you say, I think Fabio could possibly come back, but other way around now. Fraser's not coming back from this.
Yeah, I think this is huge. This is going to be insane. I mean, I think it's probably one of the most exciting fights of the year.
Yeah,
and he's been put on by Ben Shalom.
Yeah,
crazy. Pulled out of the bag when everyone started to doubt him.
Yeah, exactly that. And a quick, before any thought, instant prediction. Before you even think about it, I mean, we'll come back to this obviously a little bit before the fight, but instant thoughts.
If I'm being completely honest, and that never starts well, I want Clarke to win.
Oh, of course.
I'm backing Clarke.
I'm backing Clarke. Of course, I'm backing Clarke.
I don't think I could see. Fabio Wardley's lethal.
He is. Like I say,
two white collar fights, and the next thing you know, he's knocking pros out. And
I know, yeah.
He made Adelaide. He was in pain. Adelaide was in serious pain. Yeah. So I'm not saying the words, but I think that kind of sums up what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
What about you, Bowles?
Clarke all the way.
Let's go.
It's got to be. I think he's going to have too much for him in there. Too much skill.
Yeah, I can't see Clarke knocking him out.
No.
But you can see him outbox him.
Exactly that, yeah. Going to outbox him, I think.
Clarke winning the world heavyweight, the British heavyweight championship.
It's only right.
Maybe in attendance. Oh, God.
It's only right.
That's fire. Imagine. Well, yeah, and then the classic Boxer again. This is so WWE, by the way, where you go from, like, the Royal Rumble champions. When the Royal Rumble was on, this is what happened. You had the Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins sitting in like boxes with cameras on them, so they're watching it live.
I did see that. I saw
it. And it felt big, like Clarke and Wardley.
Yeah.
And then you go to the Women's Rumble, and they just appear on a screen watching the match.
All right.
Just like React Paul.
Yeah.
And Chris Smith. Literally, this fight gets announced, and then they go ringside with the blonde woman. Know her name. I forgot her name. And then there's like, great news, and also another fight. And just we'd like to announce now is React Paul and Chris Smith. While they were just stood there on the mic with each other, nothing on the billboard.
No,
the ring's clearing out. I mean, that's classic Boxer, isn't it? That's classic, just WWE, whatever.
And if any, I don't know what you thought, but I thought it was a little bit of forced beef there.
Yeah, they're trying to.
Chris was just talking, and then Richie was just trying to get anything out. Like, what are you saying? What are you saying? You're saying I've not improved. I was like,
I beat him once, I'll beat him again.
And it's just, I don't know, just a little bit forced, I thought. But
yeah, you couldn't sell a fight after that. Like,
no, I mean,
awful from Boxer. Why didn't you just wait?
I know.
It's a good enough fight to wait.
Yeah, I mean, and have you heard the rumours a couple of years ago that, I don't know whether this is true, obviously, this is all rumours, but Riakpo apparently been offered world title shots quite a bit and it's turned them down.
No, I haven't heard that, really.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, I heard this.
To be fair, it could be right because a couple of years ago, he's kind of.
I don't know whether it's true, like I say, but you know, I mean, I think this is a great time to fight Chris Billam-Smith as well. That Masternak performance was not good.
Oh well, Rich Riakpo turned down a rematch with Billam-Smith after rival demanded the fight take place in Bournemouth. That was in May 2023.
Yeah, Chris Billam is turning into like a cruiserweight Josh Warrington at the minute.
Yeah,
Always fighting in Bournemouth arenas or whatever.
Yeah.
And you know,
by the way, you're right here. Pulled from ordered IBF title fight.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that Jai Opataya, I mean,
animal.
Yeah, scary guy.
Who wouldn't want to fight him? But yeah, I mean, first I like Chris Billam-Smith. He's a working man.
Yeah,
he feels like he's got that vibe about him.
Yeah, man of the people.
But I've been put off after what I did watch.
Yeah,
and also ultimately I don't care right now about the fight. Do you?
It's not. I mean, if I'm out and about and it's on, I'm not rushing home.
True.
You know, it's one of those, and
like Clarke, Wardley, like I'm stopping plans.
Like we're trying to be there.
Yeah.
We'll be there in person. That's insane. I'm getting a little bit buzzing again thinking about it.
Yeah, that's like, I'm not even lying. I'd rather watch Clarke Wardley in person than like Canelo's next fight in person.
Yeah.
And I'm genuinely mean that. Like, there's no cap. I wish we had like a little no cap button, like pure facts. But
need to add that. Nah, but
no.
Yeah, it's like I said. It did not look good against Masternak at all. I think Masternak was winning the fight pretty comfortably, and he got injured. I think, didn't he? At one point, and then gave up on the stool.
Sorry. Speaking about injuries, the next fight, Adam Azim versus Enoch Paulson.
Was it a shoulder, dislocated shoulder, or something like that?
Yeah. Thoughts on the fight as it was happening?
Azim was going to whitewash that guy, I think.
Very boring fight, though, wasn't it?
It was very boring. Like I say, I think it would have been a unanimous points win, maybe every round sort of performance. He needs some big knockouts again, doesn't he?
Azim.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Adam Azim. I'm a massive fan of him. I think he's a great boxer. And I really want to see him go far.
Yeah.
But you can't be backflapping after an injury. And I know it's his thing. It's kind of his gimmick. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see where I'm coming from.
I do. Yeah.
It's a bit over the top, knowing Paulson had all these injuries before the fight.
Yeah. I mean, it's a shame. It is sort of a shame, but I do sort of get it as well. Like, it's like incredible talent isn't enough anymore to sell tickets.
Facts.
And it's crazy, really, but it's sort of understandable, isn't it? If you're not engaged with the fighter, then I guess you're not going to sell tickets, and he needs a little bit more of that, pow.
Yeah, pop.
Little pop, little pop. And so, I mean, he's blowing these opponents out of the water, but we need to see a little bit something different, maybe, to sell them tickets. But I want to see him get a fight, of course. I mean, I think could probably be a world champion one day for sure.
Yeah, he's in a tough division, lightweight, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
He's a through and through lightweight, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, my boss is texting me. Great banner.
Matrix.
True. Well, anyways, the main event, Josh Buatsi, Dan Aziz. It was a big fight. It felt like a huge fight.
It was a huge
fight. Watching all the hype.
It was. What was it? Lewisham versus Croydon.
Oh, is that
a little bit of a grudge match? Yeah.
Fire.
Enjoyable fight. I mean, it was a good fight as well.
Even the promos.
Yeah.
Did you watch the little hype videos before they walked out? I was getting fired up.
Yeah, like old school Sky Sports, that was one. It was
that's true. Videos. That's so true. Yeah,
I loved that.
Yeah, they smashed it with them. And then I can't remember whether they both walked out too, but
no, but I was proper glazing Dan Aziz at the start of the fight. I was ready for him to go to, and I don't even know why, because I've always liked Buatsi, but Buatsi looked so good, didn't he?
Yeah. To be fair, I just want to highlight the first 4 rounds were so entertaining.
They were.
The first 4 to 6 rounds really fun to watch, and then it just died off.
Yeah.
It was so boring.
Yeah.
But yeah, wow, Buatsi's left hook.
Yeah.
That shot's rapid. He looked really good with it.
What did you think about the knockdowns?
None of them were knockdowns.
No.
No.
And they were both
quite
obviously
clearly.
called, wasn't there?
Poor refereeing.
Yeah, I mean, the way man fell to the ground.
Banana slips. Type shit.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, definitely not. I mean, and then you had the commentators being like, yeah, I can see why he's given him. It's like, what is man watching?
Yeah, I mean, if you had to force me, I'd probably say that first one could have been a knockdown.
The second one,
The way he fell was so obviously not a knockdown.
I know.
I felt bad for him, to be fair, because Dan Aziz got done dirty.
Yeah.
It was 2 poor calls. I thought it was going to get called off, to be fair.
Yeah.
I thought it was just one of them, like, oh no, like this is getting called off. But yeah, I mean, Buatsi just showed the levels there. We was chatting during it, wasn't we?
It was, yeah.
And we were saying, I mean, does that warrant that next step up or not?
I mean, this was meant...
Sorry, that's a final eliminator as well, by the way.
Yeah,
So
this...
Buatsi technically will be fighting the winner of Bivol Baturbiev, which
Yeah.
has just been announced for June the 1st.
And this is a fight... Well, not necessarily Bivol Baturbiev, but at that level of the World Championship, a couple of years ago, Buatsi was probably ready to go.
Has that light just turned off?
Yeah.
All right, then. Keep talking in case we are going.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. I'm back on.
Little, camera error there. But anyway, we were talking about Buatsi and about whether he deserves a shot, isn't it?
Yeah.
With Bivol and Baturbiev.
I mean, he technically does
he
deserve
does,
it. Technically, he does deserve it. But
Yeah.
is it too much of a step up? And I think that's why he's open to the Yard fight. Maybe he needs to get another big fight. Someone who's fought for a world championship like Yard.
Yard is world level, man.
Yeah, facts.
I mean, of course, you could argue that, like, you know, Bivol Baturbiev are different kettles of fish, but you know, you don't get much better than Anthony Yard in a division, and I think that's a good fight as well. Obviously with Anthony Yard, but I mean, I want to see Buatsi in there with. I want to see him. I'm sure he wants to test himself against the very, very best as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't hate him for it. I don't hate the rankings for it.
No, not at all. Yeah, I'd personally like to see that Yard fight. I think.
Yeah, so would I.
That Yard fight would be pretty cool. I'd just like to see Yard back in a big way and get a big win. I mean, we're both favourable to Yard.
Definitely.
Of course. Like, what a guy he is. But yeah, overall, I think the event was pretty fire.
It was a good event.
I think the event was pretty fire. It was probably one of the best boxers put on for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, they smashed it with this one, I think.
Definitely. They definitely got the right names on the card as well. And that's the sort of thing we need. We need more of this from boxer, don't we, to compete against, you know, your DAZNs.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's a long battle. They're far away.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
But if you look at the fighters, I mean, some of the biggest names, I guess this is how they're ranking them in order.
Yeah.
Is Ben Wick, Radam Azim, Caroline Dubois, Vidal Riley, Fraser Clarke, Lauren Price, Callum Simpson. Like, not in a horrible way, but there isn't many insanely big names on there, is there?
No, absolutely not. But what they can do is work with what they've got and put on cards like that, and it will still draw the viewers, won't it? And they've got, like I just said, you know, work with what you got, and you can still put on some good shows.
Yeah, for sure. Is there anything else? I was just kind of
just maybe having a look at what's coming with the boxer. What is next?
I think that's the only bout they have now. Wardley and Clarke.
Really?
Yeah, that is their next one.
31st of March. I mean, it's quite close, isn't it?
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's not. We could also get tickets through Fraz if we did want to go.
Yeah, let's
imagine
do it.
that. That'd be pretty fire. Well, yeah, I think we'll call it there.
Yeah, that is the boxer episode. I mean, a lot of work to do for them still, but a good step in the right direction. If this is the first time listening to us, you can catch us on right here on YouTube or Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Deezer, Alexa, wherever you get your podcasts from. You can make sure to follow us at The Fight Rundown on Instagram and TikTok. You can follow Jiva.
Juve.d.
You can follow myself at Harry Balls1. And yeah, this has been the Fight Rundown. Thank you very much for listening.
We will see you soon.